Hunters, a local paranormal team that investigated the St. James in August of 2000.
What sorts of things did you experience?
I was in room 20, which is next to room 18, and we could hear movement in room 18, which is padlocked.
You physically heard movement in room 18?
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's walking up, and you could hear shuffling, like somebody's moving around in there.
Well, I know you guys brought us some EVPs as well. So this is the one that you numbered as number 1. Jesus. Is that the EVP? Jesus. I don't know what it says. It sounds incredibly evil.
Yeah.
So do you think this is the ghost of TJ Wright?
It wouldn't be the ghost of TJ. If he died here, there's got to be a body. We were able to track down and find out that he died in near Moriarty, New Mexico. He didn't die here.
True to Cody's testimony, Mary Beth's research confirmed that there is no official record of death for Thomas Wright at the St. James, which causes us to theorize that a more powerful entity, possibly from Uraka Mesa, committed the attacks at the hotel.
Do you think that the Mesa and the rest of the area are connected?
The local native population believed that Uraka Mesa was a porthole to another dimension. Uraka means magpie. The native population believed that it was the embodiment of evil, and according to local lore, would carved cat faces around the side of the mesa on the totems to keep the magpies on the mesa. And they believed that when the last totem fell, they would come off the mesa, and that would be...
Open up the...
Yeah, open up the portal, Armageddon, end of the world, stuff like that.
As the crows of Uraka Mesa cast their shadow upon the St. James, I'm reminded that since the dawn of time, countless religions across the globe believe the crow to be a harbinger of death, a prophecy that weighs heavy on my mind as I stare down the padlock of room 18.
Normally I'm not that big of a believer in all that stuff, but the Black Crows, the Uraka Mesa, all these things tying together, what would make you want to go into room 18?
I just feel like if there is evil in the world, why don't you negotiate with it? Why don't you give in to it?
So you're going to go to room 18?
What is going on?
I was just walking upstairs and I looked into a bedroom and Buell was sitting on a bed. I don't know, I just walked by and looked at him and just, blood just dripped down my face. My nose has been bleeding for about 10 minutes now.
Okay, how you doing?
Ryan, you're freaking me out, though.
Why am I freaking you out?
Oh.
What are you worried about, baby?
I'm worried because you haven't told me everything that's happened so far.
I mean, I'm gonna go in the room tonight.
For how long?
3 or 4 hours. I just don't want to die for nothing if it was... I mean, it sounds corny talking like this, because I don't believe that's going to happen.
I think you need to look at it as that's the end when you walk out the door.
All right. I love you.
Love you, babe.
All right, baby. I'll talk to you soon.
Padlocked inside of room 18. I am now padlocked inside of room 18.
Make me aware you're here. Make me aware of your presence.
If there's anything in here with me, please let me know.
Let's you and I get one thing straight here right away. if somehow you magically have the power to take my life, you had better be prepared for me to hunt you down in the afterlife like a rabid animal. Oh, we already got little clicks and... If you're gonna do something, if you have the ability to throw people around, let's just get to right now.
Joe, I just had something breathe in my ear. I'm kind of shaking right now.
It feels like something.
Is that you touching my toes?
TJ, your wall looks like... Your room is ridiculous. Oh. I just had two huge footsteps. I'm certain my camera picked that up right in front of me. What the is that? Oh. Unlock the door right now.
After I left room 18, Justin and MB chose to stay an hour in the room as well, in which neither of them experienced any further activity. But with the legend stating that death follows only after leaving the room, the feeling of safety remains a stranger.
Obviously, we had a big investigation last night. Pretty intense for a while. Before we get into what it is that we've captured here, there is this big issue of the Uraka Mesa.
As far as the topographical view of this is what they're interpreting as the skull. And you can see there is a skull outline.
I can see where they're going with it.
It's the
with
profile.
The head of it, right. So even the chance that it resembles something ominous like a skull to me is interesting. I'm not saying that is factual. Getting to the investigation, these are the first set of footsteps that I heard. One. Here's the second one. Those are right behind me. I just had two huge footsteps. Now this got really scary. A series of knocks started from the wall behind me and started moving closer towards me. I do feel like something is in here.
I was in there for an hour. If it was a heating duct or something like that, I would have heard it.
Yeah. And then I told Thomas how I felt.
Thomas, right? Here's a shot of Jack I'm taking in my new room.
And it was horrible.
After our evidence review, Justin met with Miguel, our Native American expert, to discuss our theory that the St. James may be affected by an entity from Uraka Mesa, the neighboring portal to hell.
If these spirits can go into the portal,
Yes.
is it possible that these same spirits could be coming out of the portal?
Sure. Yes. Enhancement of energy, enhancement of spiritual power, enhancement of psychic ability, all of that. That's why you have all this activity here.
I truly believe this place is very haunted, but I honestly don't believe Thomas Wright is who did these things. Just beyond this area, you have this mesa area that was believed by the people that were here before us to be this big portal of spiritual energy. So the theory is that something got in here that maybe wasn't the best of heart, and it had the ability to do these things. I would like to bring up something with you though. The padlock that you have on the door, it's a symbol of fear. I would suggest locking the door, taking the padlock off, and maybe put up like a memoriam or something for him, just to eliminate that kind of negative view. It's just gonna make the legend of bad things grow greater than the legend of good things.
Thank you.
Awesome.
It was nice having you
Thank you
on.
very much.
As we left the St. James, a 20-year-old memory came flooding back. A memory of my first encounter with the unexplained, which nearly destroyed my family. I didn't choose this path in life. It chose me. And I do what I do because I want the world to know you're not alone. And when it comes to the abilities of ghosts, I believe in us more than I believe in them.
Forgiving, forgetting.